Hello there everyone, and welcome back to MMI. Not a long time has passed since the ending of IMM, and we are back here for Season 3 in this brand new stadium for our host, the Snowy Wolves, who will be presenting this wonderful season here. As you can see, we're gonna have a draw for the first time ever. So you just read the rules there. It's gonna take a look at our auto-qualified teams for the season. Camel Riders, who finished first last season, followed by Team Oasis, then the Golden Baguettes, and of course the Snowy Wolves, which are our host for the season. As we're gonna get underway with pot 1, which is Team Oreo against the Aqua Surfers here in our first matchup. Both of these did really good back in Season 2. They finished 4th and 5th respectively. Team Oreo finished 4th once again in the season. See if they will qualify once again to finish 4th once again. It's like, it was quite a battle actually for Group A there. It's like Team Oreo will be getting the win. Of course, this first matchup doesn't really have any major implications there, so it's really just a brawl between the two to see who would get the win. It will be Team Oreo getting into Group A. Aqua Surfers are going to go into Group B. As you now move into Navy Aircraft to go against the IKEA Shoppers. Both of these two teams were newcomers last season, and they both did really well as well. Finished 6th and 7th, both of these two teams did. The IKEA Shoppers were leading most of the way for Season 2. It looks like they're going to go into Group A here over the Navy Aircraft. It looks like it was another close battle between both of them. It looks like Group A is currently the stronger between the two of them so far, of both groups, as it is confirmation that IKEA Shoppers will be going into Group A and Navy Aircraft will be going into Group B. As you now have Cherry Chasers versus Midnight Warriors. These two teams, I think, finished 9th and 10th back in, no, 8th and 9th back in Season 2. They are rolling. Cherry Chasers, one of good teams that finished top half in both seasons so far. Let's see if they can keep up on that streak and qualify. So both these two teams have perfect attendance so far. Cherry Chasers will be going into Group A, Midnight Warriors going into Group B. Group A is looking quite scary for those teams, Team Oreo, IKEA Shoppers, and now the Cherry Chasers. Midnight Warriors are going into what I would call the more tamer group so far, Group B. So we're ending off the rest of this replay now. So you see the results, Cherry Chasers are definitely in Group A, Midnight Warriors in Group B, as we now head into pot number 4. Bloodwoods, and as you can see, there's a newcomer here, Icy Hots, who replaced Cat's Eyes after they retired. See how they'll do. Bloodwoods, kind of a shocker that they did quite bad last season, considering they are your Season 1 champions. You have to be in a qualifiers for the first time ever. See how they will do here. Looks like they're going to go into Group A actually, which is more so like a group of death, definitely. Icy Hots are going to go into Group B. A lot of blue teams are going into Group B, I've been noticing as well. It's going to be one chaotic group to tell the difference between teams for sure. So you can see there, Blood Runes will be going into Group A. Icy Hots will be going into Group B. As you now have Emerald Gems against the Sticky Slimes. Both of these are green teams. So let's see how they'll look heading into this matchup. Both of them did quite poorly back in Season 2. So that's expected of the Emerald Gems. So the Sticky Slimes not so much, considering they finished 2nd back in Season 1. Who's going to get into Group A here? I think no one wants to get into Group A, but it's for Emerald Gems. Unfortunately, has to be in Group A. Sticky Slimes managed to get themselves into Group B, thankfully. They did take a longer time in that last funnel, and that was managed to get them into Group B there. Emerald Gems will be going to Group A though. As we're now going to move into pot number 6, Team Smoke and Crystal Cyclones. The bottom of the tier of the A-League last season. Team Smoke, bit of surprise they even qualified last season after a poor season 1 performance. Have a poor season 2 performance as well, though it wasn't as horrendous as the season 1 performance. It's like Crystal Cyclones are gonna get into Group A. It was a very close matchup between the two of them all throughout, I would say. It's like none of them really wanted to get into Group A there, as Crystal Cyclones hit into Team Smoke there and they kept on hitting and brawling out with each other. Team Smoke managed to get into the Tamer group there. Might be better for them, they might actually qualify once again. As you now move into pot number 7, Chaos Crew and Crisp Tacos. Know how the Chaos Crew did last season. Chaos Crew was so dominant back in the Season 2 B-League. And it's honestly, I think, quite shocked that they didn't qualify for that season, considering how dominant they were. They want to prove themselves here in the Season 3 qualifiers to qualify for their first ever time. They will be going into the Group of Death though, over the Crisp Tacos, who will be going into Group B. Like the Chaos Crew are going to Group of Death just makes it more of a Group of Death there. So you see Chaos Crew, Group A, Crisp Tacos, Group B. As you now move into Lavenders against the Reckless Reptiles. Both these two teams did quite good in the showdown as well, as you might have realized, we're getting into the showdown teams from last season. Reckless Reptiles was a Season 2 expansion team, so they have actually never been in a qualifiers before. So this will be their first ever time in the qualifiers, and they'll go into Group A, unfortunately for them. Lavenders will be going into Group B, which I think is the better group for them. Lavenders finished 3rd overall in the showdown. Reckless Reptiles finished 4th, just outside of that podium. So you see the group's results for both of them. Lavenders Group A, Reckless Reptiles Group B. So now move into pot number 9, Misty Mountains against the Dirt Box. Misty Mountains are another one of those Season 2 expansion teams, so this is also their first time in a qualifier, so let's see how they'll do. It's like they are wanting to go into Group A. They're currently the faster out of the two of them. Get into it. Yes, they will. They were blazing faster in that yellow funnel. Oh wow, Misty Mountains seem like they definitely want to get into Group A there. Interesting strategy from them. Even though it looks like Group B is more of a tamer group, Misty Mountains want to bring on the challenge and see if they qualify. So now get into pot number 10, Space Pirates and the Dynamic Dynamites. This is going to be a very pretty matchup between the two of them here. Dynamic Dynamites have also never been in a qualifiers before. See how they'll do. Space Pirates are going to get into the second yellow funnel first. Dynamic Dynamites follow behind them. They will overtake them. Dynamic Dynamites are actually going to go into Group A as well. It's like all of the Season 2 expansion teams are going into Group A by the looks of it. All the firefighters follow the same story for the next pot here, pot 11. So you see the results for pot 10 as they now move into pot 11. Notice Bubblegum Throws. They're rebranded from the Bubblegum Squad, the only team to rebrand actually in this season, fun fact. See how they'll do with their new rebrand. Bubblegum Throws will be dropping into the second photo first. Firefighters, they're right behind them. It's like Firefighters might be wanting to get into Group A here, and that is what's gonna happen. Firefighters will be getting into Group A. That means all of our Season 2 expansion teams will be going into Group A. As you see the results now, Firefighters in Group A, Bubblegum Throws in Group B. It's gonna now move into our last pot here, Plum Perfection against the Skylights. Both of these two teams are at the bottom of the barrel in the Season 2 showdown. See if they can somehow improve here in the qualifiers and actually qualify. I would be shocked if either of them two qualify. It looks like Skylights all wanted to get into Group A here. Will they get into Group A? Yes, they will. Skylights will get into Group A. Plum Perfection will be in Group B, and that probably means we do have all of our groups settled with all of the teams. It's like Skylights They really wanted to get to the Group A for some reason, as we already explained. The Group A, this looks like the group of death between the two teams. So we're gonna see our official results now for Group A and Group B here in the quarterfinals. Though the qualifiers aren't what's the next thing that's gonna happen. It will actually be the Season 3 friendly round with Season 3 expansion teams. As we'll see you for that.